Hello everyone, it's Michael Lazar here, and welcome back to the channel. And before we begin today's video, I just want to remind you all that I'm offering a singing technique course this summer. If you're interested in signing up, the link is down below. So in today's video, I'm going to cover why does your voice sound nasally, and then how to fix it. So we're going to cover the anatomy and physiology of the voice and why does your voice sound nasally. And we're going to also cover the vocal techniques as well as some of the exercises you can use to help get rid of this nasal sound in your voice, if you want to do so. Again, some styles of music might want it, some styles of music might not want it. So, again, however you find this video fit, I hope this is helpful. So, what causes nasality in the voice, or what causes different vocal qualities or tone qualities? And to understand that, we have to understand how is the voice function. How does the voice actually make a sound? So, there's a theory in singing and music production called the power, source, and filter theory, or you can call it the power, vibrator, and resonator theory. And this idea is that you have something that is delivering power to the system. In this case, for human singing, it was the lungs and the diaphragm and the muscles of breathing working together, delivering air. That's the power. The source, or the vibrator, in this case the vocal folds, creating a pitch and vibrating the air that moves through it to amplify that pitch. And then the filter theory, or the resonator theory. And this idea is that sound moves through a filter that changes what comes out of it. So it's like when you sing or talk through a megaphone, the sound is very different. If you sing or talk through a pipe, the sound is very different. In this case, the way that you open your mouth and modify the anatomy of what goes inside changes your sound. And this includes the oral passage, so anything here. Includes the pharynx, so it's all the space behind the mouth, goes down between the vocal folds, and then goes up behind the nasal passage, and then all of the nasal passage. So when you sing, it's not just this comes out here. It's that this is filtered through everything in here before it comes out here. So that is the power, vibrator or source, and filter or resonator theory. The question is, why does this matter? The reason why is because you can modulate how much air goes into different parts of your mouth and create a different sound. So this concept is called formants, or different resonances of the vocal tract. And the theory is that different parts of the mouth, when they get more air, will bring out different overtones. Overtones are pitches that are stimulated from a fundamental pitch. So if I'm singing E, when you're hearing this sound, you're also hearing this sound. You're also hearing a sound that is a fifth above that, and then so on, according to the overtone series. And the idea behind formants is that modifying your vowel shapes can allow you to create a more broad and colorful array of overtones that greatly amplify your voice. So when you take opera singers like Pavarotti and you ask, how do they get such a powerful and dynamic voice? It's because they are modifying their vowels to get these overtones. So now let's take a step back to nasality. So with nasality, the problem is that you are over-amplifying certain overtones and under-amplifying others. So what does that mean? It means that when I sing like this, a lot of the overtones that provide the richness to the sound are thrown away, but the overtones that provide brightness to the sound are over-amplified. So you can amplify overtones or diminish overtones. In this case, this is amplifying brighter ones and diminishing all the darker ones. When you sing like this and do hypernasality, where you are over-producing air that moves through the sinuses, then you get a very dark sound. And this sound, what it does is diminishes the brightness and the hyponasality, but it over-amplifies the dark undertones or overtones in your voice. So, because of that, even if you are singing the same pitch, they'll sound very different. So the question is, okay, I want to modify my vowels. How do I modify my vowels in a way that either removes one or the other. So first, let's talk about hyponasality, because that's a problem that a lot of people have. The reason why some people might have it is because some people are naturally just built with anatomy that maybe has more depressed soft palates, or some people have more elevated soft palates if they talk like this. Naturally, people have those aspects and idiosyncrasies in their voices. So we're going to talk about what parts of the mouth you need to modulate, and I'll talk about how to do them. So the part of the mouth that really separates the sinus from the mouth is the soft palate. The soft palate, if you want to try finding it in your mouth, take your tongue and suck on it. So the first part of your mouth is hard, the second part is soft. When you get to that soft part, that's your soft palate. So that part, why is it called soft? Well, because there's no bone there. You can move it. So how do you move it? Well, there's a muscle called the tensor veli palatini muscle, and what it's responsible for is lifting the soft palate. And the reason why it exists is because when you swallow, it moves the soft palate up and blocks the nasal passage from the esophagus, allowing you to swallow without food going in your nose. So another way that people find this muscle is activated is when they yawn. Yawning is often a reaction when you are hypoxic or need a bit more oxygen. So your body will create even more space to take in. So let's work on really feeling where this muscle is. So I want you guys to try to just get into a yawn and just hold it on the top position. And I'll try. Oh. You can feel when you try that yawn position from there, then you get a different sound, a very different sound. A lot of people like to call that idea cover. It's like you are replacing some of the brightness for a bit more roundness and darkness. So when you are engaging that muscle when you sing, you get a much darker sound. Now, I've talked about vocal placement and that, if you want to sound like this, but you still want it to be forward, you can still move the placement to be more in the front. But if you are hyponasal and you want to get a darker sound, oftentimes adding a bit of lift to the soft palate is a great first step. And then, of course, you need to make sure that you are learning how to actually open your mouth for vowel sounds that's effective. If I'm singing like this, yeah, of course, even if I raise my soft palate, it's not going to work. You want to make more space in your mouth. Because remember, more space in your mouth allows for different parts of the overtone series to have places to resonate. If you look at like the idea of formants. So it allows different parts of your mouth to have places to resonate. And it also allows you to have better control in shaping your sound. And also makes your vowels a lot clearer. So that's for hyponasality. For hypernasality, if you're talking like this, the question is, how do I fix it then? Well, imagine you are going for a yawn, and then just let everything relax. And that takes you to this position. And now I'm hyponasal. See if you can stop somewhere halfway in between. This is about halfway in between, something like that. And then try that, and then try singing with that. And the idea is you want to find a balance that works for you. Of course, you want to stay with your own voice. You don't want to just sing like, if my voice is like this, I don't want to sing like this, or I don't want to sing like this, because that's just not my voice. So, if you find a balance that works for you, then there you go. So now let's talk about some exercises that you can do to help work on this. So one is just simply trying to breathe in and holding a position of a lifted soft palate. So if you're just a soft palate being depressed, like try breathing in, feeling the lift, and then singing. For 4 beats. So just a quick breath in to get that soft palate engaged. And then try it chromatically. So go up and down your range in chromatic steps. oh, oh, oh. And try it with every vowel sound. Again, if you're having trouble engaging it, try yawning. Oh, that will help really engage that muscle to get that soft palate raised. So the other option, if you are hypernasal, if you're talking like this, try to get that soft palate depressed. And do the same exercise. So again, the whole point is you just want to get used to feeling what it's like to use this throughout your range. This is not working on agility, it's working on feeling it. And then try this with each vowel sound that you can do. So A-O. And the idea is you want to find a sound in each vowel. You might want to play with this a little bit, but that works the best for your voice. Because not everyone, can open their mouth in the same way and get the same sound out, because everyone has very unique anatomy and features that work for them. That's why everyone has unique voices. So when you are singing and you want to try to really find out what vowel sounds work for you and what overtones really line up in a nice way that is resonant and feels rich, the best way you can really get that feedback is by listening to yourself, by trying different things, and recording yourself. So recording yourself and listening, do I actually like the sound I'm getting? I think for me, what really helped me get these resonances aligned, of course, was singing, but also recording. I remember during some of my formative years of high school where I was really working on this, I did a lot of recordings, and it was just like, man, I really don't like the way my voice sounds. Not that it sounds bad, but it's just like it doesn't feel like it's as rich as it could be. And as I started recording, I started finding this richness and vowel modification. I was able to find, how do I actually want to open my mouth to get a nicer sound out? And the way that you do this, of course, is through modifying your vowels and really singing. Like, for example, do I want to sing all like very different sounds, but they're all ah? Do I want to sing like e, very different e's? You might find one that you like, you might find one that you don't like. So that's kind of the first exercise and set of things you can do. The second exercise that you can do that really helps, that I do all the time when I warm up, is ma, me, mi, mo, mu. And the idea there is you are just going through like the 5 main vowel sounds that you're using when you're singing. And you are, of course, I say like do this in front of a mirror so you can get a visual feedback of what your mouth looks like. And the whole point of this is, one, of course, if you're warming up, getting your muscles in your jaw relaxed, but also active, and it allows you to also feel what does each vowel feel like to sing when you're singing them together. So my recommendation is start with 1, and once you feel comfortable, move to 2. And if you do this, I can't guarantee that you'll sound like Pavarotti overnight, but you might find that you really are enjoying the sound you're getting. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoy some of these more science-based singing technique videos, let me know in the comments down below. I'd greatly appreciate also if you liked and subscribed. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one, and have a great day.